Hi guys, I'm Mallory and I built my own personal wind turbine with a lot of help from my uncle. What the hell is a wind turbine, you ask? Well, it's this fan-like device that takes wind energy and converts it into electricity so that we can use it for storing electricity in batteries or putting it directly into a light. Why would somebody want to build their own wind turbine? Well, basically it's free since you're using the wind, which is already provided for us naturally. Then you're taking that energy and converting it into electricity for free instead of paying the electricity company. So, what are you going to need to build your own wind turbine? Well, first you're going to need a fan or a fan-like substance to catch the wind. Mine looks like that. You're going to need some sort of generator or motor to be able to convert the spin of the fan into a magnetic force which sends electricity down the copper wire. Now I cheated and took the easiest way that I could, and I bought a fan that already had a generator in it. Or you could make your own by having two magnets which spin in between copper wire, creating a magnetic force. You need something to hold the fan in. I used a tin can. You're going to need something like to catch the wind, so when the wind comes one direction, it'll push that, which will make the fan come and actually get the energy into the fan. You're going to need something for it to pivot on to be able to do that, and you're going to need a base. Everything that I used could be replaced with something else, so I just found a bunch of junk that works, and you can too. Now, the kind of fan that I used is a PC cooling fan. You can find this at Radio Shack for about $14, or you can get it on Amazon for about $4, or you could take an old PC apart and steal that one. I got mine at Radio Shack. And it already has its electromagnetic force in there, so I don't know if you can see it. In that little space back there, there's a bunch of copper wire and magnets. So every time that this spins, the magnets inside get spun around the copper wire, which creates a magnetic force, which eventually creates electricity. Okay, so you can just basically use that fan by itself, attach an LED light to the end, and it'll light up. But the reason to create this big old structure is because you can set it outside and it can be functional without just holding it, because the wind can pass through it. It can move it side to side to catch the wind any direction. So that's why you should make this whole big thing, but it's possible just to make it from the fan and the light. What kind of light bulb should you use? You should use an LED light because that takes the less voltage. If you go to Radio Shack, again, you can find an LED light that takes as little voltage as possible. The less voltage, the less power you have to put into it, so that means the wind can be going a lot slower to create this, to make the light still work. So, you attach your light bulb here. You can see the wire from the fan goes to the wire in my light bulb, which is right here. And we just stuck it in there to make it efficient, so that way when it rotated on the spindle right there, it doesn't get caught up. But you can place it inside, you can tape it to the side, anything. But we stuck it right in there, so it's like a little headlight. Okay, so after you have your fan and your light attached, then you need to attach it to a base. This is to hold it upright so the wind can go straight in through it. And you need something that's hollow, so that way wind can pass through and spin the fan. Now, of course, a tin can has a base, so we had to cut out the base so that wind could pass through. And we attached it using little nuts right there and a little metal platform, and we just cut a hole, stuck it in there, and screwed it in, and it holds it on pretty tight. Here's a video. So after you've attached your fan to your base, then you need to attach your wings. And these need to be pretty sturdy if you're going to have it outside for the wind, because you want it to be weather resistant. So we just used some metal. We had these lying around the house. This was actually a template for something else. But so we just found them and thought they looked pretty cool, and they catch the wind pretty well, like these. And you can put something, you can just use one and just put it in the middle, or you can have two so that it catches on either side. It's whatever you want to do. But that way, if the wind's going this way and your fan's on this end, then it'll just push it and turn it so that it faces the wind so it can catch the energy. in order for it to move when the wind presses against these blades, you need to have something that it can spin on. We used an old telescope focuser thing that we just had lying around. Go figure. And that way, so when it's on its spindle, you can just turn it. You can use anything. You can put a screw in there and find a pipe that fits the outside of the screw, and it can turn. Anything that it can turn, just attach one part to the bottom and have it on a rod, like that. Now you're going to have find something that the rod can sit in. If it's sturdy enough and you want it just sticking in the ground, you can just have your rod sticking in the ground. But for mobility purposes, I wanted a separate base. And if you want, you can just have a rod sticking on a base and you can screw it into your roof or something like that. But again, for mobility, I wanted it to move, so I picked something really heavy. These are just circular discs that are made out of steel. Actually, they were cut out from something else that we just found in the garbage, and I mean, this is probably 30 pounds of weight right here, so this isn't going anywhere anytime soon. But just find something junk around your house that you can mount it to. Building a wind turbine isn't the easiest thing to do, but if you understand the concept and you are able to find some junk around your house and you have a little bit of knowledge and skill, it's pretty easy to do on a weekend or a couple hours with your old man. My uncle helped me out a lot and helped me figure out the right things and how they fit together, and I learned a lot about electricity and sustainability and how to use old things and create them new. And my project's sustainable because it takes energy that we already have in the natural environment, wind, and generates it into electricity and something that we can use. And it's clean, efficient, free, since it's not using from the electricity company. And it's just a really great means of reusing our natural sources and not leaving a negative impact on the world. So if you're going to build your own wind turbine, good luck. Find some things around your house, put them together, it's like a puzzle, and in the end you can have a sustainable object. Good luck, guys!